What's up, everybody? We're headed down to Austin this weekend to go to the Orthodontic Teaching Institute. And this is going to be the first session in a series of like 10, 12 sessions, something like that, that I'm going to be taking over the next year and a half, learning how to do fixed straight wire ortho, and looking forward to it. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I've been doing clear aligners since I graduated from dental school, and sometimes clear aligners just can't move the teeth like you need them to, and you need something a little more grip, like straight wire. So that's what I'm going to go learn how to do, and looking forward to learning from Dr. Goretti. He's got Dr. Snodell, I think, who teaches with him as well, and he's been doing it for a long time. I think they've been running this course since early 2000s, so it's about 20 students in the class, so I wanted to kind of give my thoughts along the way and talk about it a little bit in case anyone else is ever interested in going down there and visiting them. I'd like to be able to give my honest opinion of the course, and obviously I won't know for probably a year and a half because that's how long it's going to take, but I'd like to give little updates on what I'm learning along the way and how I feel about general dentists doing braces. I'm not an orthodontist, obviously, but I feel like for a general dentist to be able to have a full armamentarium in their tool belt, being able to remove infected teeth, we all agree that's super important. Being able to replace missing teeth with implants or bridges, like we would all agree that's probably a necessity for a dentist. For a general dentist to be able to do that. Root canals are a good thing to have in your tool belt because you can help stop pain but save teeth. And obviously fillings and cosmetic work, veneers, we can meet a lot of patients' needs with those things, and clear aligners do a ton. And there's a lot of orthodontists that do more clear aligners than braces these days, but sometimes you need braces. So on top of that, having a little bit more of a formal education in orthodontics, I think is super good for anyone who's doing braces because, for anyone who's doing clear aligners, because if you're doing clear aligners, it's easy to get in over your head, and case selection even. Sometimes when you're first starting out, you don't even know when you're looking at a good case or when you're looking at a case that you should refer. So knowledge is power, and hoping to get a little knowledge down here in Austin.
Day one, we were mostly working on models and didactic lecture, and we put self-ligating brackets on some models, as you can see here. And then day two, we were more in the clinic. Here's a 3D printer and a wash station, kind of a low budget setup for making clear aligners. This is the curing station. So you print the models and then do the suck downs. I just took a picture of their CT machine. That's actually their Pano, I think, that has a lateral ceph. And they were teaching us on this etch-free composite, which was pretty interesting, actually.
All right, so we finished up the first session of the Orthodontic Teaching Institute's course, and it was really good. I learned a lot. I'd say my biggest takeaway is that light forces are what you use in the beginning to get teeth moving and to get things kind of aligned, level out the curve of Spee and the curve of Wilson, maybe. Curve of Spee, I know that much. And use really light wires, and then as the treatment goes on, you move to heavier wires. And that's something I kind of knew that somewhere in the back of my mind, but really kind of brought that up to me in this session. Braces are harder to put on than I thought they are. It's definitely a little more labor intensive compared to clear aligners, but luckily it's something we can get a lot of help with from our assistants. So I think chair time wise, it probably makes sense. It sounds like maybe 30-45 minutes of chair time is what you should shoot for once everything is really clicking at your office. In terms of the challenges of braces, I would say that more and more people are wanting to do clear aligners these days, and that's kind of the way of the future. But we know the lab fees are really high. Invisalign, they're expensive. All of the brands are expensive to clear correct. $1,400 a case ish, something like that. So Dr. Coy, who is teaching in the course, has a way of 3D printing the aligners, the models that are sequenced, and then you make the suck downs, and he has the special material, he has a special material that he uses, and then he has a certain software that he uses and to sequence and phase the treatment. So I'm going to learn all that stuff. Looking forward to learning that. And back to the wire thing, though, that's a concept that applies really well to clear aligners as well. You can use clear aligners that are thinner and more flexible in the beginning, and then go to more rigid ones as the case proceeds. And I think some brands kind of build that in with their aligner sequences, and I think others don't. So that's something I want to look into, is whether ClearCorrect even does that, or Candid Pro, and maybe choose my aligner brand based off of that. They're teaching us on Spark aligners in the course, and then we were using self-ligating braces. So anyway, yeah, super good. I'll keep you guys updated if I can as we go through, and then maybe towards the end of the course I'll be able to put all these thoughts that have gathered along the way together in one video, because I've noticed that once you get deep into something, you forget what was sort of an epiphany to you, or something that was surprising when you first learned it, and it just becomes mundane. And so I think I'm going to try to kind of condense and boil those things down into a more palatable and digestible format towards the end. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. See you the next time.